bando. Moving in the basement, man, I'm about to be the landlord.
Okay. That was fire. That was some heat. Alright, what's going on, peoples? It's your boy DB4, Die Before Me Gaming, and welcome back. Welcome to Valkyria Chronicles Remastered. Now, Valkyria Chronicles is a very old tactical RPG game. It came out back in the PlayStation 3 era, but this game was so dope that they actually remastered it for the PlayStation 4. Now, they do have a few other Valkyria games out. I think they're up to part 4 now, and I'm pretty sure they're probably going to be making a new one coming up soon. But with that being said, this game was so dope that they actually remastered it for the PlayStation 4, and they actually created a whole anime based off this game alone. That's how fire this game is. Now, when you look at the design of this game, the art style, it's going down on a list of one of my all-time favorite games to play. Now, I wanted to feature this game for a while now on the channel, but I had a couple of games that I wanted to get to first, so now I'm just super excited to get to it now. So without further ado, let's start this off. Now, we're gonna have to, let's go into the options real quick. Before we do anything, I just want to turn the background music down just a little bit more. Alright, we can confirm that. But yeah, man, let's get into it. They even got the old PlayStation, the old PlayStation 3 save interface. They got some extras here you can get into, but I don't think we have anything. Yeah, we didn't do anything in the game yet, so we're not going to get to the extras now. Let's start the new game, man. Let's get it.
The year was 1935 EC. Two powers controlled the continent. In the east, the sun rose over the autocratic East Europan Imperial Alliance, otherwise known as the Empire. In the west, a network of loosely allied democracies formed the Atlantic Federation. Both powers depended on a precious mineral, Ragnite, for their survival, and its growing scarcity led to the inevitable war. Hostilities began in the east when the Empire aggressively crossed their western border. The Atlantic Federation responded, and the Second Europan War was on. with its vast military superiority, struck hard, gaining ground in early victories and putting the Federation on the defensive. Emboldened by their progress and momentum, the Empire set their sights beyond the borders of the Federation. In neighboring Gallia, a peaceful principality along the sea, they found their next victim. Gallia had long maintained its neutrality in the tensions between the two superpowers. But the rich stores of Ragnite under the Gallian soil proved too tempting for the Empire. It amassed troops along the eastern border and invaded with all the force of an avalanche. Prologue. Gallia to arms.
Wow, look at that, look at that. Like I was just saying, this game is amazing. This art style is flawless. In my opinion, this is probably one of the best, most well-designed games in structure that I've played in a very long time, or since then. Now, the way this game works is, each, like they just said, new episode added. Each of these little menu options here are actually different episodes that you can watch and just view, and then each episode is like a self-contained mini story, so that's also dope. But it's really broken down into chapters. This is the prologue chapter, and each chapter has about several different episodes. See, it has episode 1, that was the intro mission. Then this is like chapter 0. It starts off again, you know, a brand new chapter. It's the first episode, then you have down there the second episode, third episode, and fourth episode you're going to see. And usually each chapter is broken down like that with a battle in it. Now, I think that's such amazing game design. When I first played it, I thought it was amazing back then. And playing so many games over the years, nothing has able to top that as far as an anime style game yet. The storyline in this game is so rich, is so surprisingly good that I can just watch the anime over and over. I've probably seen the anime about 4 times, and the anime is based off the game, so it's basically spot on. So without further ado, I don't want to spoil anything and I don't want to hold you up. Let's get right into it. Episode 1 of Chapter 0.
March 1935. Outside the Gallian border town of Bruhl. Residents are leaving the town before the invasion, headed inland towards the capital.
I haven't been down this road in years. It really hasn't changed very much. Whoa. Already? Hey there, guys. You're beautiful. Starting early this year. You're heading upstream, huh? How's the water?
Freeze! Put your hands in the air. Slowly. Haven't seen you around before. What's your name?
My name's Welkin. And you are?
The one with the gun. We're with the Brultown Watch. I'm Alicia. Alicia Melchiot. So, I'm wondering what you've been writing in that little book you've got there. Imperial spies are in the area.
This book is nothing, really. I was just sketching the fish and, you know...
Yes. Oh, I know. And you know there's a war on, don't you? All right then, Mr. Artist. We'll talk about fish sketching down at the station. Take him away.
Thanks, fish.
That was the intro episode. That was dope. See, now we can go to episode 2. It's broken down just like that, each chapter. Let's get right into the second episode.
Flowers, bugs, and fish. You're not bad with a pen, are you? I have to say, they're really very good.
Thank you. So you see, I really was just sketching.
Maybe. Or this could be some kind of secret code. And I intend to take my time finding out for sure.
Great.
Welks? Is that you?
Isara! Oh, your timing is perfect.
What have you gotten yourself into now, Welkin? Wait. Don't you live at the old general's house? That's right. I'm General Gunther's daughter, Isara. You do know everyone's supposed to evacuate, right? Yes, I'm aware of that. My brother's here to help me move to the capital, but that may be difficult. I mean, unless you're willing to let him go, that is. Huh? I apologize, but I was just doing my job, you know. I saw you with the notebook and thought you were a spy. Again, I'm really sorry about that.
Thanks. Don't worry about it. I can see how I might have looked a little suspicious.
Welks has a real passion for observing nature. That's why he's studying it at the university, right?
Guilty as charged. I get so into it sometimes I forget where I am, or that somebody might be watching me.
Gunfire! Everyone keep your heads down!
Over there!
Oh man.
Come on!
Look at them shooting that. They killing civilians off the rip.
Damn it!
Shit got real fast.
Welkin, you can handle a gun, right?
Yeah. I mean, I made it through training anyway.
Well, they're probably just a small scouting team. We should be able to take them out.
I'm with you.
Small scouting team. Niggas got grenades. Yeah, alright, now that was episode 2. About saving the game. Open the menu by pressing the triangle button. Then select save to record your progress to save the system storage. Alright, saving is a good idea before you endure each combat out. Anything can happen out there. So they want to teach us how to save. We can open up the save menu. Let's do that real quick. Alright, now that we saved, let's get back into it. Now, the way this works is we're going to get a battle mission now. Now, this game is sort of like an alternate reality World War II type of scenario. That's what also makes it amazing. This is probably one of the dopest storylines you're going to play in a game, period. But in my opinion, I like the whole alternate reality thing, and I love military animes and military stuff like that. So let's get into the first combat scenario.
Okay, here's the plan.
We'll deploy from here and take out all 3 of them. Just cross the bridge and take them down as fast as you can. Our objective is to eliminate all enemies. Let's take care of them one at a time, nice and easy. Victory conditions are all enemies are defeated, and we failed the mission if Welkin dies, Alicia dies, or if 20 turns pass. Like I said, this is a tactical game, so it's like very much like a tactical strategy game, but it's like got a lot of RPG elements and a lot of story elements with the episodes and everything like that. But we'll get into that later on in the game. But for now, we're going to get into the combat, and I'll show you some of the tactics.
Let's get started. Just stay calm and get it done.
I see 3 of them.
That's 3 too many. Stay sharp. Listen a second. There's something I should explain.
About CP, command points. When combat starts, you'll see a map of the area and all your units' position. This is referred to as command mode. Doing so uses up one of the command points, CP displayed at the top of the screen. One of the command points displayed at the top of the screen, they reflect your ability as commander and represent the number of times you can give instructions to or control your units for each player phase. In this battle, you have 3 CP, so you can issue instructions to your units up to 3 times. Let's try moving a unit now. Now, basically, the way CP works, those little badges at the top, and it's next to turn 1, is those are basically how many orders you can give per turn. Well, not orders, that's how many actions you can take per turn. And each character has an individual amount of action points that allows you to move and do other things. I'll show you that in a minute.
Here we go.
We'll select Welkin first. There it goes, about AP action points. Use CP to select a unit in command mode and you'll be plunged into action mode. Here you can freely move the unit you selected around on the field. As you move around in action mode, the action points AP gauge at the bottom of the screen will gradually deplete. Keep an eye on a unit's remaining AP while they're in motion. While their motion is critical to keep them safe. For now, use the left stick to move to the sandbags. Now, the way this game works, it's a turn-based strategy game, but there's a few real-time elements. For instance, if you look at those lines above my head, those basically show the line of sight of each unit. Now his line of sight is yellow, meaning he can't really see me at the moment. But as we get closer, he might turn around and he can see us and he'll start firing at us and we'll take real-time damage. But he won't be able to make any actions or anything until our turn is over. I'll show that in a minute too. Now if you look at the bottom with the AP gauge, every step I take depletes a little bit of AP. So I can move really slow and take away the AP like that. You don't gain AP back. So running backwards is not always a good thing. You don't gain your AP back. So you have to be very careful about where you're moving and how you're moving. So it's best to just move forward, not too slow. You don't have to move too slow. You can run, but just be aware of that gauge. Because you don't want to run out of action points, but then you can't take any more actions. I mean, you can fire your weapon, but you won't be able to duck behind cover or get to safety. Sometimes you might want to run up, get a good shot, and then run back into cover or behind a tree or onto a sandbag. For now, we'll just run up to the sandbag and about attacking. Press the R1 button to enter target mode. There, the unit will prepare to attack the currently selected weapon. With the left stick, move the crosshairs onto the enemy. Press the L1 and R1 buttons to snap between targets. Enemies will not attack while you're in target mode, so take your time to aim well before pressing the X button. Your shots will land somewhere within the circle surrounding the crosshairs, so it's best to center it on the entire target. Shots to the head or other weak points will result in greater damage. A unit can only attack from target mode up to once per action, so choose wisely before you open fire. If the target survives your attack, they may launch a counterattack. A damaged unit may not have the HP to survive a counterattack, so be careful when planning your attack. Now I'm gonna go and take cover right by the sandbag by pressing X to crouch. Now if this guy was looking at me, if he could see me, he would be firing at me randomly. But since his back is turned, positioning matters in this game. It very much matters every single turn. He can't see me, so he's not gonna fire. Now if I was to enter target mode, he would immediately stop firing his weapon and I don't have to worry about him hitting me. So the best thing to do is to run up even if you're under fire and go into target mode as soon as possible to stop them from shooting, and you'll take less damage like that. But as you can see, we got basically free aim in target mode, we can aim anywhere, and as soon as we press X, it'll fire to that location. So you have to kind of be a little bit accurate with your shots. It's not too hard to hit people, especially if you aim for the body. But if you look at the top, it says if I'm aimed to the body or the back, it's going to take 7 shots to kill. I have 5 shots in my rifle. But if I aim up just slightly towards the head, it says 2 shots to kill. So you can take the risk of aiming for the head and missing your shots, or you can just go for the body to get guaranteed hits. Because, you know, the shots are going to land somewhere within that orange circle. So I can go for a headshot here, and if I miss, I'm just probably hit the body. If I go for an exact headshot, I might just hit nothing. So I'll go about there. There we go. We got the double headshot, but as you can see, we still missed about 3 of those shots. So that was pretty good. We just end our action. A unit with 0 remaining AP that has already performed an attack in target mode is unable to act further. Press cancel to end their current action. This will return you to command mode. There you'll be able to select the next unit you wish to direct. You can press cancel and end the unit's action even if they have not attacked and still have AP.
Yes!
So basically, you're not forced to attack. I could have just hid behind this sandbag and press circle to end my current action. Now, it's not going to end my turn. It just ends basically his actions for the turn. And we still have a lot of AP left, so we can technically move up. And you know what? I think I am going to move up some. About using cover. Now they want to explain cover, and I already explained it. Basically, they're going to tell us about taking cover in the sandbags and things like that. When standing near sandbags, press X to crouch, take cover. While hiding behind cover, units are harder to target, obviously, and they take less damage, and are immune to headshots and critical damage. That's very important, because as you just seen, headshots are super important in this game. Super important. They do automatic crit damage, and they basically kill almost anything on contact, especially with sniper rifles. So it's always crucial to get behind some sort of cover, mainly sandbags. So yeah. Being caught out in the open by any enemy attacks are easy to hit and can take way more damage. And you're not immune to headshots, so, and other type of crits, so it's bad. It's basically telling us to advance carefully into cover. Now, I'm not too sure that I have enough AP to make it to cover, so I'm gonna just cross the bridge and stop right out of their firing range, because they can't shoot me yet because the arrows aren't blue, the lines aren't blue. Once the lines are blue, we're in their line of sight and they can fire on us, so we got to be careful of that. I'm going to end his action here. Now I have 2 more commands left to give. I can bring up Alicia.
Moving out.
Now she has way more AP. Well, she's going to be able to move further because I didn't waste AP talking and giving directions. So I'm going to try to take the shortest route possible directly over to these guys and try to get to that sandbag without zigzagging as much. Now, as you can see, this guy's going to start firing at us immediately, and he'll just keep reloading and firing. See, he'll just keep reloading and firing. But I take less damage from the sandbag, and he's missing a lot of shots, so it's pretty good that I'm behind cover. Now I can just enter target mode and he'll stop shooting. I did take a lot of damage there, but... And I can just target him. Same thing. 7 to the body. 2 for the headshot. And I'm going to go for the headshot here too. You can also use the directional keys to get a more precise aim shot. I like to do that. The up, down, left, right button. It's a little bit better than analog. That should be good enough. Oh. See, man, we almost missed that too. We got about 4 shots to the body and 1 to the head, and we almost missed that last shot to the head, and he would have been alive and counterattacked. But all in all, we ended up getting him, so that's good. We're going to leave her here. Well, actually, let's try to move her up some. Yeah, she's out of action point. She can't do anything else, but she's still behind cover. She's good. End the current action and we good with that. Alright, now let's run up with our boy, one of the town watchmen. He should be able to take the last shot and get rid of this guy. Well, hopefully he got enough AP to make it just about where Alicia is at. And possibly I can end this mission on one turn if he's not gonna make it. 20. See, the further you are away from them, the harder it's gonna be to hit. So this was a very, very risky move, but I'm gonna take the shots anyway. I'm gonna take the 7. I actually hit 2 out of those 7. That's amazing. Out of the 5. We can't do anything else, so we're gonna end our action with him out in the open, which is a very bad idea. But the one good thing is we're gonna be able to fire at him if he moves in. So let's just end the action there. About the ending phase. Alright. When your CP reaches 0, the player phase ends and the enemy phase begins. The more cash and experience you'll receive at the end, but being too hasty will lead to unnecessary risk. The key is to find a challenge and balance. The faster you finish the game and the quicker you do it, the more experience and cash you get at the end. So it's kind of incentivizing you to do it in the least amount of turns possible, but obviously taking too many risks is going to end up you losing. So it's best to, like they said, find a little balance there. Enemy phase. Now he's got 3 CP. He can pretty much run up on us and take some shots. But as you can see, we're already firing at him. He decided not to move anymore. Using CP effectively. When used well, even a limited pool of CP can take out a significant number of foes. CP can be used on the same unit multiple times. For instance, a pool of 3 CP can be used to move 1 unit 3 times in a row. Perfect for cutting into enemy lines or hurrying past dangerous terrain. That said, people get tired. They start each consecutive action with fewer AP than the last one, so keep that in mind. If you use the cancel button to end your turn phase, the CP remaining, those CP will be carried over to the next turn. CP are a precious resource. How you choose to manage them will decide your fate. Basically what that is, if I was to decide to end my entire turn now with 3 command points left, those 3 command points roll over to the next turn. That's going to become very important later in the game because some units cost multiple command points to activate. And you know, you want to be blitzing units forward and you want to get as far as possible in one turn. So a lot of those mechanics come into play later. But for now, we can just select our girl Alicia and take this guy out. Now, he can't see us, can he? No, he can't see us yet. So we're going to crouch down, get some good shots. Perfect. Now, he's only going to take 5 shots to the body because obviously he's a little bit weaker. But we're still going to go for the headshots with our girl Alicia. Let's go. And she missed everything. Wow. He's actually going to get a counter shot and he missed everything. That's interesting. I'll get her a little bit closer since she is going to start the next round with less CP. And I'll stand and while he's reloading, I'll get closer and get closer while he's reloading. You can literally do stuff like this. Like as they reload in real time, you can take that brief moment to move up through cover and things like that. So I actually like that. I can end her current action now. And I can take an action with her again. Now obviously she's going to start with less CP because you know she's a little bit tired. But instead of bringing up Welkin all the way to the front line or this guy, risk getting shot at, I can just select Alicia again and go for the kill. And I'm going to immediately go into fire mode, target mode to stop him from shooting. And we should be able to get these headshots clean now. Come on, Melkiat. She actually missed that, so yeah, everything I just said about getting the headshots clean, let's forget that. We're actually going to use Alicia again with the blitz. Let's use her again. We should be able to just get the 2 body shots now. We'll go for the clean body shots. We wasn't able to get the headshot kill, but operation complete. That worked out perfect.
I don't see any more of them.
I actually got a B rank for 2 turns. I could have got that in 1 turn if I would have blitzed with the first guy, but I wanted to show a little more mechanics than, you know, trying to get the best score. A new episode has been added. But that's the battle. That's basically some of the earlier mechanics. It gets a lot more complicated and a lot more fun later on down the line. But let's get into the last part of the prologue.
Miss Melchior, there's no other sign of the enemy.
Good. Now, go keep watch and stay alert.
Yes, ma'am. What should we do with the bodies, ma'am?
We'll bury them. So it's begun. I'll do whatever it takes to protect the people of this town. I'll do it. Even going to war, I'll do it. What are those?
Seeds from the lion's paw. It blooms white, small, simple, and strong.
I want to be able to remember, once the war is over, that it wasn't all just people killing people. That even in war, there was also new life.
On the 15th day of the 3rd month of the year 1935, the Empire began its assault in earnest. A formal declaration of war was made upon Gallia. Though it was only a small front in a massive continental assault, what followed would prove that a tiny nation could best a military giant. These events would tell a story of tragedy hidden in the mists of time. A story of courage and of trust, of persecution and hate, and of love blooming even through the flames of war. What follows is a record of this conflict and of those who fought, lived, and died. Chapter 1. In Defense of Brule.
And there we have it. That was the prologue. Yeah, Valkyria Chronicles Remastered. An amazing game. Let me know down in the comment section if anybody ever played this game. If you ever seen the anime, which is amazing, I advise you look it up. If you really like this game, if you like the Valkyrie series, you should definitely check out that anime. You should check out the other games, all of that good stuff. But let me know how y'all like this. We're going to pump these out as fast as we can. I love this game a lot. I'm going to play a bunch of this game in the next upcoming month or 2. But yeah, I'm so excited to get this started. We're going to start with Chapter 1, actually, in the next video. And we're going to get into the other mechanics in the game down the line. But yeah, we got a fun ride ahead of us. Thanks for tuning in. It's your boy DB4, locked in a dungeon. Let's get it. I'm out.